So I decided to make a video for you guys on how I survived nursing school, because when I started nursing school, I was like looking up all these YouTube videos and it really did help me. So I want to help you guys and kind of give you little hints on how to get through nursing school and some things that maybe other videos left out. So here's my take on how to get through nursing school. So the first one, number one, is that you got into nursing school. Nursing school is hard to get into, so you need to celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. It's important because that's like half the battle right there. And to those of you watching that maybe are not in nursing school yet, you know, just keep getting those gen eds. Keep trying, you will get in, you can do it. I can't tell you how many people told me, oh, it's really hard to get into. So like, you know, I mean, I don't know if like you'd want to do that. No, okay, do it. Do it, it's worth it. Anyways, so you got into nursing school, you celebrate. Right off the bat, what I did was plan my schedule and I stuck to it. So nursing school, you will definitely learn a lot about time management, which I have gotten way better with nursing school. So yeah, plan your schedule every day. Here I have class, I'm gonna come home, study for an hour or like relax, and then literally like by the hour, I planned it out and I would stick to it. And if I didn't, that would carry over to the next day or something like that. So that's important to do. Numero dos. It's important to talk to your family. I mean, I talked to my family, my boyfriend, my friends, and basically was like, you know what, this is gonna be really hard. I may cry sometimes, a lot. I'm probably not gonna be able to go to all the things that you guys are doing, and they understood completely. It's good to have a good support system. If you don't, you'll find your support system in nursing school. So no worries there. But yeah, with my family, I basically had to not go to some family parties. Like the family would all be upstairs hanging out. I would be downstairs in my office and I would like hear them. So what I did was I set an alarm. Like every hour I could go up there and like have a snack and sit with them for like 5 minutes. So that actually, it did help rather than just like staying down in the office for like super long. Also, if you're in a relationship, you can still see that person. You may see that person while you're studying or for an hour, but you still see them and they actually help you get through it. You need a good support system. If you don't have someone that's supporting you through this, I would think twice about that. Number three, it is important before going into class to print out everything beforehand. So basically the school that I went to, everything would go on this thing called Blackboard. So the professors would put out some lectures, maybe just lectures for the first week, and then also the syllabus. So I printed out the syllabus. I made my own personal calendar with like due dates on it and slid that in the front of my binder. But I also printed out all the lectures, because that way, well, I printed out the lectures on like on the normal sheet of paper, but it'd be like 4 slides per page, or you know, whatever works for you. I had friends that would print out 3 and then have the lines next to it. So you'll find your little knack and go with that. But basically I printed it out, so then during, like let's say they're lecturing and they say, you know, you need to know this, because they will do that. You can just highlight it. And I would have like certain highlight colors for each thing. And it was just easier to take notes on, because, you know, if I didn't print something out, which has happened multiple times, I would have just a piece of paper and like be trying to write really quickly, when in reality it's up on the slide and you can just write right along next to it and it's perfect. And that also helps you study by having those PowerPoints instead of looking on the computer. I don't know, I like having things in front of me. That leads me to number 4. Number 4 is to find your study knack. So every person studies differently. I had friends that would study just right off their computer. I had friends that would study off of their PowerPoints. I had friends that read like every single page in the entire book. Kudos to you guys, love you. But yeah, so you need to find your own study knack, and that will happen with time. The first semester of nursing school, you're gonna be trying different things. I literally tried studying 6 different ways and finally found my knack. So mine is basically, I go over the PowerPoints, I read the chapter, just read it without taking any notes or whatever. I go back through my PowerPoints again with taking note cards. I was a note card person. Ask any of my nursing school friends. I have boxes still. I just can't throw them away. It's a problem. I'm gonna have to throw them away. And it's just taken a while. I just can't say goodbye. It took so long. Okay, sorry. So yeah, so then I took note cards, and then I'll go back and read the book again and kind of like highlight what that professor lectured about with the PowerPoints in the book. Because my problem is I go into way too much detail. I had a professor pull me aside and say, show me your notes. And my notes were like the entire book. It's like I rewrote the book. And she looked at me and she's like, okay, Kathy, you need to just focus on the main stuff. Because I was like freaking out going into detail about cellular level and just like stuff that basically you don't need to know. Unless a professor's sitting there saying, hey, you know the whole entire this, know this. Okay, then I would know it. But if they're lecturing about a broad subject, I would just kind of look at that, not go into too much detail. And also another knack that I had was YouTube videos. So if I don't understand a process, I would look it up on YouTube and it would explain it way better. I'm a visual learner, so I need to kind of see things like right in front of me a couple times and then I get it. So you need to find your own knack. You will. Maybe you're the person that needs to read the entire book and it just sticks. Maybe you're the person that goes through the PowerPoints. Maybe you're the person that does a million extra questions, which I did that too. Helps so much. Anyway, sorry, I'm just going on rants and I can do that. Just stop me. 5. This is probably my favorite one, is find a study group. Not only a study group, but people that will become your best friends in the program. I'm sorry, my bird is, I'm sorry you guys are gonna keep hearing her. I tried to cover her up just for the video and she won't stop talking. Okay, let me try this again. Sunny. Okay, anyways, just deal with the bird, she's adorable. This is my #1 best tip, because you have all types of learners and it's important to like grab onto a group of people, because no one else will know what you're going through other than those people. Like you may tell your friends, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your family, you may tell them, they may see you studying and crying, but they don't know it like the study group will. And it's also important because every person brings something different to the study group. So something I may bring, my one friend wouldn't know, or she could explain something great and then I could explain this great, or you just kind of like bounce off each other and it's magic. Okay, it's wonderful. And they also become your best friends for life. So my best friends are definitely my study group from nursing school, and I'm excited to be best friends with them forever. Okay, anyways, I'm so weird. They love me for my weirdness. Thank you guys. Anywho, another reason why it's good to have a good study group is you can call any one of those members the night before the exam, unless they're the really anxious ones, which I think I was me before the exam, and I could just be like, I'm freaking out, and I could be crying, okay? And they will talk you off the ledge. They'll be like, you know what, you know this, let's go through it. So, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I called a friend the night before an exam and we would open our binders together and go through the chapters. Okay, well I think this is important. These are topics that will be drawn on the test. Or I think this, or like quiz each other on things. And it really makes you feel so much better. And I think that really improved my test grades by doing that. Don't just suffer alone, because everybody else is nervous too. So just call them, talk to them, and you guys, you know it. You have to be reminded that sometimes, and that's okay. Number 6. So number 6 is to make time for yourself. It is very important, okay? I do a million things, and it's important to still kind of keep some things in your life. When I started nursing school, I had a million people tell me, you have to break up with your boyfriend, you can't have a social life, if you work, you better quit your job. Yeah, no, okay, no. I kept 2 jobs while in nursing school. Granted, they were part-time, but I still was working at the one job once a week, and the other job, it was a registry position at a hospital, so I had to, do the certain amount of shifts per month. That was doable. I also have always danced my entire life. I was still in 2 dance shows during nursing school. I think I was in 1 number or 2, which is totally doable. But of course I still had times, like days, where I would sit and study. So like I did have good time management. I still hung out with my boyfriend. I still hung out with my family and saw my nieces and nephews. And that stuff actually is like me time. That's what makes me feel better. So you need to find that for yourself. Whatever makes you feel better, you need to take some time away from studying to then get your mind off it, to then be in a good place to study again. That leads me into number 7. Plan a trip. Okay. So the trip doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be to Hawaii, even though I would love that. I would love that. I know we all are gonna be broke nursing students, so it's like, you can't go to Hawaii, but plan a trip. So a trip could be to Wisconsin. I live in the Chicagoland area, or just like an hour away to a water park, or anything like that. So if you plan something like that, it's something to look forward to. It just makes you feel excited and not like you're just like, okay, every day I have to study. That's it for 2 years. I'm studying nothing. No, you could be like, I'm studying, but guess what? I'm studying hard because this weekend I'm going here. Or like in a month, I'm going on a cruise, which I did once it was winter break. I planned a cruise and it was like, so it was much needed. But it was something to look forward to. It actually made me study better because I was like, okay, well soon I'll be on that cruise. Let me just get through this chapter, and it was something to look forward to. So that's definitely a good tip I give you guys. You still have to enjoy your life. Number 8. Number 8 is to record lectures. Now that is, if your professor allows you to, of course you have to ask if you can record, but most institutions, they let you record. This is important because I would go through listening to it, like let's say like I'm driving in the car, you could put it on, or it's an easy way to like listen to, I'm sitting on the couch taking notes and I can listen to the lecture again. Cause like there's a lot of things that you don't hear during the lecture because you're like taking notes. It's good to listen to it a couple more times because then you like miss those things that you know didn't get the first time. So yeah, record the lectures and go through it with your notes. That definitely helped me a lot. Number 9 is to get assignments done sooner than later. So some professors will give you like the whole entire thing, the whole syllabus, or there'll be like a big project that's due at the end of the semester. I say start working on that as soon as possible because you don't realize it, but later on in the semester, you're gonna be too nervous about like finals, and like the second exam is like usually the hardest. So it's important to kind of get that done so you don't have to sit there and worry about projects as well as studying for the second or final exam in the class. Number 10 is to breathe, okay? It is important to breathe and relax. During clinicals, just take a step back. You will be okay. Just keep saying, you know, I'll get through this. It's important to relax. And I'm telling you, you guys, these years will fly by, okay? Someone told me that and I was like, no. At the time, at the moment, it may feel like it's forever, but it really flies by. I just graduated nursing school. I'm about to take my boards. I cannot believe it. I'm like, no, don't let me go. But I'm ready. School prepares you well. And yeah. Yay, you guys will do awesome. Please leave any comments below on any videos you'd like. I'd love to talk more about nursing school. If there are any specific videos or things that you're nervous about, just ask me a question. I can comment back or make a video for you. And yeah, you will get through this. Nurses stick together. Comment, subscribe. I'll make more videos.